Well, hey there, Diana. How are you today? It's so good to see you.
Well, nice to see you too, Laura. Great to be here with you.
Oh, great to be here with you. I'm just so excited to I have some personal interest in you. So obviously we'll get into that in a minute, but it's such a joy to be here with you, an honor to be here with you. And I'm so excited that you put a story in our book. So we're co-authors now in a book up until now that will launch November 5th. But I want everyone to get to know you the way I know you because you're so special, such a neat lady, so much good going on in your life, blessing other people. So tell everyone a little bit about yourself and where you're from, where you live, and how, what your life looks like so they can get to know you a little bit.
Thank you for your lovely and kind introduction. I appreciate that. I'm very happy that I was able to have this chance, this opportunity to put a story in your book. I guess it came together as a chance because I am visiting here right now and was very close to the picture, being here to learn a little bit more about your book and what's behind it, what's the purpose of the book, and why you're getting it out. So that really sparked an interest for me. So I am Diana Cherryn Kelly. I actually live and work in the United Arab Emirates. I work in Dubai. I've been there for the past 14 years. I've also worked in the Middle East region in different countries over the years. I've worked in countries like Jordan, Israel, West Bank, and Lebanon, a little bit in Syria, before coming to the United Arab Emirates or the Gulf Arabic Gulf region. It's been an exciting time, really learning the culture, and I feel that I've been very blessed to have been in this part of the world. The people are so, there's a lot of challenges in these fields, of course, because some of them are war-torn areas. But I must say, I was so amazed by the faith and the positivity of the people in these places. But the work I do is it's a social enterprise that we're running. It's also an education based. We run an educational consultancy right now in the United Arab Emirates, but mostly we deliver very high quality programs to very bright students who do not have the opportunity to get these type of programs. And a lot of them come from the surrounding countries of the Middle East.
Mm. It's such good work, and just having the privilege to sit down and talk to you about it and how you're serving this underserved demographic of the population there. And us Westerners don't have a concept of that. So I think it's so intriguing and so wonderful what you're doing. So, um, and you've been doing that for many years, but that work started in other countries, right? And then you took it into.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, I do feel very privileged as well to have the opportunity to do this. I did start when I actually graduated, did my undergrad, came out, and I was actually very, very ambitious in looking to go into the corporate world. But then there was this tug in my heart to go in a different line, to reach out to those that need it the most, to do social humanitarian work. And that's how I launched out. And I have been to different countries. I was very, very fortunate to meet a partner, a husband who also had similar aspirations. So together we have lived and traveled in many different lands and done the work that similar type of work,
It's so neat.
especially
It's so
working with children and youth and also with mothers a lot.
awesome. And you're a mother.
Yes.
And you have kids everywhere.
Yes, I am very thankful for the children that I do have. I have 4 children, but they're all grown now and in different places. I have
Mhm.
grandkids as well.
You do, and I know those grandkids pretty well. One is actually in our house, and we're helping her get through her senior year as their family transitions a little bit and supporting her success, and that's exciting to have that opportunity to support family. So, Diana, tell everyone how we know each other. How do we know each other?
Mm. This is so interesting, isn't it? Different and unique, I guess,
Mhm.
because Laura is my brother's fiance, My brother lives here in Keller, in Texas. I like Texas. It's a beautiful place, beautiful state, lots of land, lots of I guess there's a lot of reach here as well. So I met Laura maybe about 2 years ago or so, Laura, and
I think so.
we've been friends since then. I'm really glad that I have the opportunity to get to know you better. I think especially on this trip we've gone closer because my trip this time kind of extended due to accentuating reasons, but we've had a fantastic, great time.
We certainly have. Well, and the funny thing too is when I first met you, I still had a kiddo that was in high school and doing all the senior and junior high school things. So I was involved with that. And you had your daughter Theo here with her family, and that you were busy with them. But now they've moved to the West Coast,
Right.
and my son graduated, so we got to go have some lunch and do some things and get to know each other a little bit better for sure. This trip. So.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's amazing. Well, and we've talked a lot about my work, a lot about your work, and I think we've really gotten to know each other better and understand our efficacy in the world and where we feel like God has placed us and our calling. So that's exciting to me. So tell everybody a little bit about your story, Diana, because first of all, it's so well written. Second of all, you have really been vulnerable and shared some what I would consider some deep emotional private moments with your life. So what share a little bit about the story and then who you're hoping, what's the target reader that you're hoping to inspire and encourage by sharing this amazing story?
Yes, okay. Thank you for that question. And it is true. I had to think and rethink, do I want to put my story out there? Because as you said, I am making myself a little vulnerable. It's not like you really want to share some of the deepest, darkest things in your life with the world because this story is going to get out there in the public. But then I know from experience, every time I've shared this, sometimes I've been on women's forums and women's seminars, and I've had the privilege to share a little bit about my life and my story, and this has been part of it. It's always encouraged people, and I was surprised that many women come up afterwards and ask me deeper questions about the issue because they've all experienced at one point or another. My story talks about my life. Okay, it talks about the social work I do, but it also talks about a couple of losses that I've had. My very close loved ones, passed on,
Yes.
and that was very difficult to deal with. But in sharing it with others and on these forums, I realized that, wow, this must be a real need out there. Who doesn't lose a loved one? We are all not
Mhm.
here permanently. We are here for a while. And life and death is a very big topic in the world. We may not always speak about it so much, but it's there. And the hurt and the pain and overcoming that is definitely not easy.
Right.
It's a very big issue. So, in thinking about it, and especially Laura, since the whole purpose of your book has been about overcoming challenges and faith building, I thought this would be appropriate, and also perhaps it will help some people, in reading it and knowing that um, we can overcome. We can overcome. God can give us the strength and the peace and the grace. It's not like the hurt completely goes away, or we don't think about them, or we don't remember them. We do. I remember them every day, but I have the assurance they're in a good place. So,
Mhm. Absolutely. And it is, I know everyone's going to enjoy reading it and just celebrate your success on the other side of deep loss. And so thank you for sharing. Thank you for putting the story in the book. So the book launches November the 5th. So, we're hoping some things line up so you can come in from Dubai. We're definitely going to come and do a book signing there. You and I've already talked about, and then I've got a couple of other co-authors that I think say they want to come to Dubai as well. So we will work on making that happen. Those of y'all that want to come
yeah.
and sign with us. So, what are you looking forward to most about the launch if you get to come? What's the most exciting part about it?
Well, that's a good question. Coming to the launch, I guess it would be nice to meet the other authors, to know a bit about their stories, but also others that you might have there to be a part, and if it's a small part of making it a success,
Oh,
being there to appreciate the publishers and those that are going to put it out there and make it, available to a lot of people. It's the opportunity to meet and be a part of it and help it to be a success in any way that I can. That would be.
well, that's so sweet of you. I can't wait. I can't wait for everyone to get their hands on the book. I can't wait for everyone to meet you because I think you're exceptional and I think you're so special and you're such a bright light in the world. And I've just enjoyed being around you this visit and getting to glean your wisdom. Um, and your spiritual strength is really remarkable. So thank you for doing this interview. Is there any final thoughts or words that you would love to share with someone that might be watching and needing a little cheering up or a little encouragement?
Yes, I guess as a woman, speaking out to women out there, because not always an easy phase for us in the world. I really appreciate, honor, love our menfolk. And I know that as women, we do face different challenges, motherhood and raising our kids. Of course, our man is always there too. But also, I do believe in empowering women. I work with youth, and we have a special passion to helping women to become youth, young girls, equipping them with life skills and things about what's upcoming in the world, whether it's financial capability or it is STEM oriented career development. We do try to focus and help them to get a leg up for the future. And I'm very, very thankful that oftentimes the response has been so good. They feel like, oh wow, you've given us faith to carry on, you know what's out there. So in some ways, in many ways, because as a woman, losing your husband is a major thing, and you feel like the world is crumbling. But in my case, just stepping up and trying to become who I'm meant to be and what God is requiring of me, just putting myself out there. I found that, as I took the first step, God did the rest for me. And it is definitely possible for every one of you women watching it, that we can be brave and courageous and just get out there and do what we need to do. And this is one message that I can get out.
Oh, it's a beautiful message. I can't help but think about I'm not sure if you know it, the poem Footprints in the Sand, where Jesus is walking. There's two sets of footprints, and
Definitely.
and then there's one. And that's where he's carrying us. And that's, kind of what you're talking
Exactly.
about there. That's what faith is about. So, well, thank you for spending time with us and thank you for sharing your heart. And I'm just so honored you're in the book. I'm so happy. And I get to know the inside story, but I think everyone's gotten a beautiful taste of who Diana is and what your soul's all about and what your heart and your mission is about in this earth journey that you're journeying right now. So thank you so much for sharing your heart today. I know everybody's going to love this interview.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you. And thank you for giving me the opportunity. Appreciate that.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Well, we're looking forward to the book launch. So we can't wait to see everyone. So have a wonderful day, everyone.